Hi, welcome back to the Grow Old Disgracefully blog. Today we're going to have some fun and we're going to look at the article that we wrote, which is 100 things that you can do with your partner. If you want to see the article, the URL is below. So have fun with this. I'm going to just talking about it. You have to excuse me as I keep looking down to see the list. So, number one, and I love doing this, you can go camping with your partner. I got into camping about, 4 years ago, and I just think it's awesome. There's nothing like it being at one with nature. You get up in the morning, you get your little stove, you make yourself a cup of coffee, you go with your towel underneath your arm and your toiletry bag and have a shower, come back, make your tent all nice inside, go and do your thing for the day, and then come back in the evening and sit there and have a chili con carne or a barbecue, glass of red wine, play a few games, chill out, and then bundle into your tent. It's great, it's brilliant. So you can do it anywhere, well, just about anywhere. All countries, just about all countries, and it's brilliant and it's cheap, but that's the best thing. So, playing in the snow. I just like to say that these ideas are what everybody gave to me, and people have sense of humour. Playing in the snow, yes, you can do it with your partner. It's quite romantic. You can snowball each other and make snow angels. Sounds like fun. Have a snowman competition. Skiing, love skiing, awesome. I did it for my honeymoon, went for 2 weeks. I've skied with the kids. It's great, it's such a social thing, and you can go to some wonderful places, Austria, France, skied in America. There's some really beautiful resorts, and it's a fab thing to do with your partner or with your family and your friends. Ice skating. Ice skating and I don't really go very well together, so it's not something I would do with a partner because I'd most probably spend most of my time on the rink on my butt and it just wouldn't look pretty. But if you like ice skating, that's another good one. A picnic, you can go for a picnic, but just make sure you don't sit near an ant's nest and keep away from wasps and then the odd roaming dog or little tiny toddlers that come running over when you're looking to have a romantic time. It could be quite annoying. Hiking, love to hike, it's great, and just getting the views, being with someone that you really enjoy, their company, taking pictures, fantastic. And I highly recommend the Lake District. Brilliant views, absolutely beautiful. Climbing, if you fancy climbing, it's never appealed to me, but if you want to hook yourself up and wear one of those braces that makes all the fat stick out to the side because it's going clinching your bum, and if it appeals to you, do it if you're like a thrill seeker. So volleyball, I have to say I loved volleyball. When I was a teenager, I used to play it all the time. Great fun, just mind the nails, ladies. What else have we got? We have got golf. I've had golf lessons when I was younger. It's not something that appeals to me because I get a little bit bored sort of walking around. But, if you're of an older generation and you don't want to do a sport that's really, really energetic, golf is great for you. Or the walking. Crazy golf, good laugh, fantastic. Again, I'm not very patient when it comes to golf, but it is really good fun to play. Table tennis, love table tennis. I'm pretty good at it. I won the junior championship in my youth club when I was younger. Awesome. Snooker, can do snooker. Again, not very patient, so I tend to get a little bit bored, but that's nice to do with your partner if you're into things like that. Darts. Useless at darts, absolutely useless, but again, it's something else you can do. Jogging, going jogging with someone you love is great. I used to jog with one of my previous partners, and he was very fit and very tall, and he used to jog on and then jog back again to meet me to check I was okay, and then jog on. Totally irritating, but if you like jogging together and you're a similar pace, that's great. Sailing, I love sailing. I did it for about 7 years in the Solent. Fantastic. It's a really sociable thing to do. You don't have to do it with just your partner. You can join a club like I did, go along together and do it, or go along and meet other people and hang out. But as a couple, it is really good fun, and you can sleep on the yacht, and yeah, it's great. So walking, love walking. It's great, clears the mind. You can talk about a lot of things. It doesn't need to be mountains. It can just be around lakes and shopping, countryside, country walks. It's a great thing to do. Very romantic, holding hands. Running a marathon together. So if you're a fitness fanatic and you're very energetic, that could be a goal that you could set yourselves. You could spend a whole year training for it, and then the London Marathon, you could go along and try and beat each other if you're very competitive. get out on a motorbike. I love going on a motorbike. I spent about 2 years going on the back of a motorbike. The chances of me ever driving a motorbike are very slim. I just really don't want that responsibility, but I love it. I love just like the freedom, and I love it when you go around a roundabout and I'm holding on for dear life and I just close my eyes and just lean and go with the bike. It's great, really exhilarating. Bike rides. I love bike rides. I have to be a bit careful of my knees, and I do cycle with my partner and we have a laugh, but sometimes we try and talk. And cycling and talking, if you're on a trail, doesn't quite work out, but it is really good fun to do. Rollerblading. I have done quite a bit of rollerblading. I confess I was a lot younger, but I had my own rollerblades. I wore the helmet, the elbow and knee pads. Yeah, it's good fun. I'm much better at that than ice skating. I just tend to stay up on my feet a lot more. So tennis. Not very good at tennis because I talk too much, as you can imagine. So I'll play a few shots and then start having a conversation, which really isn't a good idea, but it's a fantastic hobby for the two of you if you want to do doubles. Same with badminton. Do like a game of badminton, like the odd rally, drop shots, things like that. That's pretty cool. And there's lots of clubs out there that you can join. Fishing. I've done tuna fishing in Cyprus, didn't catch anything. I've done canal fishing, and I didn't catch anything until I went to take my rod out at the very end, and there was a fish on the end of it, but that was just pure fluke and I didn't even realise. Rowing. I've been on a kayak once and I was quite good. However, I was at the front and I got the person behind me quite wet, but I was good, I was okay, but it's not something that I would sort of think of taking up as a serious hobby. Kite flying. Yeah, I actually think that's quite a dangerous thing to do. You know, you do hear stories about people dying because they get a kite to the head, and so it's a lot of responsibility flying a kite. I really wouldn't want that. No, I wouldn't do that. Test driving cars. I went to the Geneva car show 2 years ago. I love cars. And if you're thinking of buying a new one, or if there's one you can't afford to buy, you can still go and have a cheeky little test drive. It's great fun. Skinny dipping. I've done that before. However, I was 17 and my body was pretty good. The chances of you getting me skinny dipping now, especially with the partner, are zero. It's not going to happen. Floating on a lilo. I just remember when I was a teenager doing ramming speed. So I would be on a lilo and my boyfriend would be pushing me, and then my friend would be on her one and her boyfriend would be pushing, and we would just like bang into each other, and it was such a crack. I mean, yes, at age 50 it's really not age appropriate, but when I was younger it was great, and doing it as a couple it was a real laugh. Outside jobs, you can do those lovely outside jobs together, cleaning the guttering, painting the garage door. I know they all sound really stupid, but you know what, you get to spend time with your best mate and it's good fun, and you can always incorporate that with a meal. If you want to be really creative, at Easter you could decorate some eggs. I'm freaking out at some of these ideas. Yeah. Go to a fairground. Personally, I don't feel very safe when I go on the fairgrounds, that people, when they just park up in your park and you've got bumper cars and everything, so I don't tend to use those. But nice bit of candy floss. You could go to the fairground and whack things with hammers, and yeah, it could be a laugh. Go to the zoo. I have a brilliant zoo, and I went there with the kids for about 8 years in a row. I had a family membership and I loved it. I actually think it's quite romantic going to have a look at the penguins and the chimpanzees. So actually I would recommend going to the zoo. Take a picnic, great fun. Oh, but make sure you take your raincoat just in case. A city break. Oh my goodness, I've had so many. I love Rome. I love Florence. I just really love Italy. It's beautiful. Bergamo's lovely. Paris is lovely. Just there's so many lovely cities you can go to. Of course there's London, because I live in the UK, and I go to London already. It's not really something that floats my boat, but I just love city breaks and they're very romantic. I've actually been to Euro Disney 5 times, 4 times with the kids, but once on a romantic break. I do like Euro Disney. What else have we got? A day trip. Absolutely love the Cotswolds. Going to Brighton, Bournemouth, going to Wales. Long way to go for a day trip, but there are some lovely places around the UK. So you just literally get in your car in the morning, chuck in a packed lunch, picnic, and your hiking boots, and just go and have a lovely time. Go to cake shops, places like that. It would be really good fun. So what about a trip to the theatre? There's some great shows going on. It's just a little bit expensive, isn't it? But my local theatres are a little bit cheaper, but when you go into London, you're looking at like £150 for 2 people. So it can add up. But it's nice to do as the odd treat. I'm trying to think the last show I went to. No, I can't remember. Oh, the Book of Mormon? Actually, that was quite good. That's a bit rude though. It was good, but it was rude. Visit the relatives. I mean, if you like your relatives, it's a great idea. Or if you haven't seen them for a while and you think you should, then yeah, go visit the relatives. It'll make their day. Do a workout together. Ka-ching. Go to the movies. Some great movies out there. Can't wait to see Mary Poppins. That's coming out, I think, next week with Emily Blunt. That looks like a good one. What else have we got? We've done going to the movies, laze around the home. Of course, that's great fun in your PJs. Have a PJ day. Listen to your favourite music. You can always make a playlist that's just for you two. That's very romantic. Visit a spa. Not for me. I can't sit still for long enough. But you can go and have a massage, chill out, have a really good time, eat some carrot sticks. Could be right for you. Go for a romantic meal. There are some fantastic restaurants about. Do use TripAdvisor to see some reviews, but yeah, go for a nice romantic restaurant. A romantic meal at home. You could have a cook-off. I used to have cook-offs with my partners, so one night I'd cook something and the next night they'd have a go at cooking it to see if they could make it better than me, but of course they normally couldn't because I'm a good cook. So there's that. Go bowling. Bowling is fun, you know, as long as you don't hurt yourself. And remember, there's those little rails if you don't want to you can just drop the ball down. Wait for it. Watching porn. You can watch porn together. Float your boat. Go ahead, fill your boots. And you can practice the Kama Sutra. You can purchase the book from Anne Summers, or they have little playing cards. I did have some, but I don't have them anymore. You can make a baby. Is it time to start a family? You could start practicing. That's fun. You can play board games. There's some obvious choices like Monopoly or Cluedo. Yeah, I get a bit bored with Monopoly. It goes on a little bit. PlayStation, Xbox. I have been known to sit on the PlayStation and get blisters on my thumbs where I've been so competitive with my partner and I've wanted to beat them. So yeah, you could do that. DIY, you could decorate, paint. I have painted my partner before. When I got my first home, I was emulsioning the ceiling and we ended up painting each other white, which is quite romantic and cute. And you can just walk around your house and just say, what would we change if we won loads of money? You know, and just have that little fantasy thing going on. You could build something, hike it down to IKEA, get yourself a bookshelf, build that together, go through your photographs. You could have like a pub crawl, go to cocktail bars. Maybe you got a new one in the area, buy one, get one free. You could try different cocktails. Find a great pub. You can't beat a great pub with a good atmosphere. Comedy club, went to one last week. It was good. The compare was rubbish, but the actual comedians, they were really funny and that was nice. But just don't sit near the front. Don't sit where, because they pick on you and it's really embarrassing, and I'm so glad I didn't sit near the front. Music festival, there's some great ones in the summer where you can take your picnic and just go and chill out. I've been to a few. Went to Hampton Court Palace, they had a great one. Food fair, again, went to Hampton Court Palace, they had a great one there. Waddesdon Manor, they did a chili fest, which was fantastic food. Go to a brewery or a vineyard, very interesting. Try a dance class. You could always take up some ballroom dancing and be like Strictly Come Dancing champions, you never know. You have museums. I really want to go to the British Museum. Haven't got a chance to do that yet, but I love going to museums. Markets, there's some great markets, especially in London. Go shopping. I do love a bit of shopping, coffee and a cake. Antique fairs. Go on a tour. What you could do is just like say to your partner, get in the car, organise a little tour, but don't tell them what you're doing, and then just drive off and do your thing, but make sure you've got your sat nav and you know where you're going. You can dress up. You can go for a brunch date together. You can meditate together. Chances of me sitting still long enough with someone and meditating and not laughing are very, very slim. Draw a picture of each other. Now that would be funny if you had a few drinks and then sketched each other. Hilarious. When you wake up in the morning, it would just be so funny. Go to a sporting event. I'm trying to think what I've been to. A sporting event. I watched ice hockey when I was in America one time. But yeah, I think that was it. You can teach each other something. What skill do you have that you could teach your partner, and vice versa? Yeah. Open mic nights. Can you sing? Could always go along and have a go at that. Have your fortune told. You could get your tarot cards read, things like that. Volunteer together. You could go and work in a soup kitchen. That would be cool. Make a time capsule. So you could put it in a little tiny box, things about what you're doing now, and maybe predictions. Put it away, dig a hole, leave it in the ground, and then 10 years later, open it up and see if it's what you thought it would be, and then look at your memories. That would be really cool. Get a pet. Now, if you are going to get a pet, make sure you're committed, and if you are going to have an animal, consider seriously getting one that needs rehoming rather than getting a puppy. You know, my favourite cat, that was from a cat shelter, and she was beautiful and I loved her to bits. Decorate the Christmas tree when it's Christmas. That's fun. I'm sure your partner's very good at decorating trees. You could do a jigsaw puzzle together. Okay, we're nearly there now, thank God. Have matching tattoos. Go to an art gallery. That's quite nice. Make breakfast in bed. When was the last time you made breakfast in bed for someone? Experiment with food. Try something different, like oysters or something like that. Do a movie marathon. I loved this. When I had an operation, I watched all of the Lord of the Rings movies in one day. I just like going bang, bang, bang. Love it. Could do Shreks, all the Bourne Identities. Brilliant idea. Bit of popcorn. Great. So you could also trace your family tree together. That would be fun. I don't really want to know too much about my history. I've sort of got enough funny baggage. You could go and look at properties if you're thinking of moving. Go and get an idea of what your dream home would be. Enter a competition. You know, there's lots of competitions out there. Poetry. You could write a bit of poetry for each other and then send it away for a competition. You could join an amateur dramatics group together and, you know, be in the next performance, the next show of Annie or Oliver Twist or Jesus Christ Superstar together. That would be fun. You could practice your lines. You can catch up on your social media, do a spring clean. And you could also ask your friends what they do as a couple. You know, they might come up with some great ideas, things that you've never even thought about before. You can get engaged if you're really happy and everything's working out. You can go to a jeweler's shop and get engaged. Pop the question and just do it. Or you could do something like go out to a bar and pretend you don't know each other and dress up and give yourself a different persona and do that. That can be slightly erotic. Never done it, but I will do it if I feel the need, but right now I don't. You could plan your wedding. So you could go out and pretend you're someone else in a bar, come home, have sex, love each other, get engaged, and then plan your wedding, having decorated the house and then gone camping for your honeymoon. And this is the number 100 tip, and this is my favourite one, and I highly recommend it. Just hold each other and appreciate each other and tell each other what you mean to them, and just make the most of actually being in a partnership, being in something special, you know? Don't take each other for granted. Feeling a little bit tearful now. But yeah, don't take each other for granted. Make the most of it. Enjoy life and enjoy being in love. And if things aren't going great, just talk about it or have sex. Just get the Kama Sutra out. Okay, do have fun. I hope you found that useful. You can find the article with the 100 things listed. The URL is below. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. That was a long one. Bye.